So last video in our trigonometric kinematic series, I suppose. Now jumping straight into it, a body moves such that at time t seconds, its position in meters is given by this. Here's our displacement function. Find the maximum speed of the body. Okay, so speed is given as speed is like velocity, but it's not. It doesn't matter which direction it's moving in. So what we're saying. If this is your velocity function, it's not, but if that is your velocity function, this is the maximum velocity, let's say 5 meters per second. This is a negative 5 meters per second. But those mean the same thing in terms of speed. This means that it's moving away from the body, from the thing at 5 meters per second. This means it's moving towards the thing at 5 meters per second. But they're the same thing. It doesn't. They're both the same speed. So you're moving at maximum speed or maximum velocity. This is the maximum velocity, but these are both the maximum speed. If we want to find the maximum speed, we need to derive this until we get to the acceleration function, because if we let the acceleration function be 0, we'll be finding a turning point in terms of velocity. So that's the velocity function, 20 cos 4t. And if we want to find a turning point of a velocity function, we find the acceleration function, which is negative 80 sine 4t. Now, if we let our acceleration function equal 0, we'll get negative 80 sine 4t equals 0. Divide by negative 80, and we get sine 4t equals 0. And you should remember, if I let 4t equal 0, then x equals 0. If that's the case, x equals 0. And you should remember we can draw a little thing here, put a little dot on it, and know that sine is the y coordinate of that dot, and the y coordinate, and the y. Now there are other answers, but we only really need the first solution, because as long as we find one of the turning points, all the other turning points are going to have the same magnitude. They're going to have the same speed. So now that we know that it's happening at time 0, because 4t equals 0, so t equals 0, we can sub that into our velocity function, 20 cos 4 times 0. So is cos 0 is 1 times 20. So our maximum speed is 20 meters per second. You can also just kind of sketch, but because we're dealing with calculus, you should be doing some level of calculus and subbing those values in. All right, the second question is a little bit harder. Determine the first 4 times at which the body is moving with speed of 10 meters per second. So thinking about your velocity function, if you put in 10 here, you'd be getting a velocity 10 meters per second. 10 equals 20 cos 4t. But there is also answers when you put in negative 10, because we're talking about speed, so it can be positive or negative velocity. So where are we? Vt equals 20 cos 4t. Let the velocity equal positive or negative 10. Now if you do that, that means that cos 4t equals positive or negative 1/2. And you should be able to figure out this equation. So if I let 4t equal x, we can say that cos x equals 1/2. You should know from your standard triangles or just from your table. Now, because it's positive or negative, it can be in all of the quadrants. So pi on 3 there, 2 pi on 3, 4 pi on 3, and 5 pi on 3. Pi on 3, 2 pi on 3, 4 pi on 3, and 5 pi on 3. So that's what 4t equals. All of those answers by 4, you'll get what t equals. 5 pi on 12. All right, a little bit complicated there, but make sure that you are practicing those. Ask me if you've got any questions.